today.
One. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Detdet and Dragons. This is session 4 of our campaign Tokyo 1999. Previously on Tokyo 1999, we discovered a couple unsettling facts about Tsuyoshi's situation, and also met a couple of different people. We were introduced to the governmental cleric task force. Who sort of like help police a lot of the supernatural and like kind of maintain the status quo when it comes to supernatural happenings in Tokyo, as well
Chris
as
is gonna
met.
be pissed he missed that.
And we also met Ako. We got a little bit of a wider group introduction to Ako and her father Tanaka, as well as how to come up with a couple ideas on how to help Tsuyoshi out. And mostly it was just Tsuyoshi's very bad, no good day. But today we're going to pick up with with the boys. It's boys' night tonight. We've got the Blowjob Brothers and Kitaro, who are going to be applying for a computer company that happens to be a front corporation for the Am Shinrikyo cult to see if what they can't find about the cult and their aims. For the benefit of everyone, Liger, if you'd like to go ahead and introduce yourself and then let us know where we can find you.
Hello, I'm Limitless Liger. I'm a streamer. I VTuber.
Mm-hmm.
I play video games. Doing a lot of collabs lately. I'm quiet apparently.
I'm going to go ahead and bump you up here real quick.
And I'm also Tsuyoshi Saito.
Incredible. I
Holder
love
of
how
the Abyss Eye.
I love how I bumped you up the second you started like going loud with the introduction.
Sovereign of the
everyone
Night
needs a
Realm and Holder of the Abyss Eye.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And definitely not traumatized. Definitely not.
I'm holding it together, if only because there's hope. There's hope somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
I must achieve apotheosis.
And where can we find you?
Limitless Liger, Switch.tv, and Unlimited Liger on Twitter, and I think it might be Limitless Liger on Blue Sky. I need to check.
All right, gotcha.
It's yeah,
Uh,
it's London tonight.
gotcha. Saw, introduce yourself and where can we find you?
How's it going, everyone? It's me, Saw. I don't stream. Anyway, you can find me at SAACOOL, pretty much everywhere. I don't know. I'm writing things. Maybe I'll publish something someday.
Ooh, fun. Hear me. Introduce yourself. Tell the people where you're at and introduce yourself.
Hello, I'm the Nostalgia Critic. I remember it so you don't have to. You can
Incredible.
find me over at Strugglepunk 1 or Strugglepunk 3,
You son of a bitch!
as well
You have a Twitch. Come on, please.
as well as oh shit, what's my blue sky name? Hold on. Oh shit. Oh no, yeah, it's just hear me at blue sky or dot blue sky dot social. Oh, excuse me,
Incredible.
hear dot b sky dot social. I don't
Well,
use Twitter anymore.
incredible.
Okay, I look at it every once in a while, but like
W-
I don't really actively use it anymore.
oh man, one of these days we're gonna get
As it
you to
should be.
do your own intro.
I barely stream, so it doesn't.
It's fine. All right. Anyways, it's I'm a, let's go ahead and say that this is like a day or two after the shrine visit. Um, is there anything that you guys want to do to prepare for the interview?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
I'm going to forge some papers so that I don't give away my identity when I get there.
Okay. What kind of papers would you like to forge?
Um, just some basic identification, everything that you would need for a job interview.
Okay.
Um, I don't really know what's required
So basically,
in Japan, but
like a basic set of like government identification for like a false identity.
yes,
Okay. Go ahead and how do I want to do this? Give me a tool proficiency, like a rogue's tool proficient now, or it would be a calligraphy check, right? You said
yeah,
like using calligrapher tools.
yeah.
Yeah, go ahead and give me a tool check on that.
Is that um just by proficiency bonus? Is it plus like intelligence?
I believe it's either plus intelligence or plus dexterity.
They're the
I'll let you choose which one
they're the
you want to
same.
do. Okay,
So
well then
that's
yeah.
gonna be 16 total.
16 total. Okay, you managed to whip up a pretty like it's a pretty convincing. It's like there are definite like there are points that maybe you would like to improve here or there, but they're mostly nitpicks, and you think it would pass muster, especially if the guy's not really paying attention to it as much. Like if it's just like a guy who's like looking over and putting it in for record's sake, you don't think that you're gonna have a problem with that.
Okay.
Okay. Does anyone else have anything that they would like to do to prepare for the interview?
Yeah. Real quick, do you think you could give us like a rundown of what we know about this front company?
Sure. You guys are going to be applying to Mire Software Solutions. Um, they are a small, like they're like a pretty like a mid-sized, like but they do a lot of like they do a lot of contracting work for other companies. They help with IT stuff. They come up with like different sort of applications and like programs to help assist with like inventory and like telecommunications stuff like that. Um, they like I said they're a little bit of like they're kind of like software guns for hire if that makes any sense.
Mm-hmm. So this front company location, like it's close enough to like our everyday lives that we're worried about being found out. I'm sure.
It's like I mean Tokyo's a big city, man.
Yeah. But
But I think it's
uh,
like it's not quite in Akihabara. It's like a little bit of ways. But it's like um I want to say like towards the north side of Akihabara. Let me check the map that
but
I've
yeah,
got.
if we're giving out our names, we're going to be tracked down. Is our character expectation here?
I mean, potentially. You listen.
Yeah. So
Have
even if we're
very
being overly
precious.
cautious, yeah, well,
You have
yeah,
very precious little like experience with dealing with cults. However cautious or incautious you'd like to be, or that is up to you guys.
let's see. Is there any way that I could say that I'd consulted Yumu on like a fake reference contact? for this?
I mean, you guys. I mean, you have an existing kind of criminal contact with Ayumu, so I don't think it would be like unreasonable.
Just give him a Yumu? I guess that's not out of question. Hang on. Yeah, I guess I could just give
Detdet,
them a Yumu, right? Yeah.
Detdet, your computer is making the "Hey, I'm bothering you to update" sound. That's not good. I don't have desktop audio enabled for this, so I don't know where the hell that would be coming from.
Huh.
It did a bunch last session. Oh no, that's not good. Well,
Were
like I
you
said, I don't
clicking
have.
on something that would make that noise?
I
It
definitely run into
shouldn't.
my like update settings and then just like delay anything that's going on. If
Yeah,
that
I'll go ahead
helps.
and I'll go ahead and do that here in a second. But right now, I don't have desktop audio enabled,
Okay,
so
yeah.
we should be good. We just have
So I'm
the
gonna
audio
say.
input and output capture.
Mhm. All right, yeah. So I'm gonna say, at least I'm gonna prepare at least a fake like identity, and
Okay.
then I'll have a Yumu as my reference, and let's say we hashed it out beforehand,
Okay.
just that he knows to bullshit if anything happens.
Yeah, I gotcha. Okay, so wait, so you're saying that you have a Yumu down as your reference?
Not by name.
Okay, gotcha. Like it's
Let's
like
call
you
let's
know, it's like like the standard thing of like, oh hey, like yeah, this was my like boss or like coworker or whatever.
yeah.
Um,
Let's say I gave a fake name, and if you make me call out a name, I'll figure something out. That's not a problem.
say that he
So
was like a like he was like a liaison that you worked with, like when you were working with um
X tech company. I don't know.
well, I was gonna say
Sony.
Ashitaka. Well, I was gonna say
Sure.
Ashitaka
Okay. Okay. Sure.
because
Yeah.
like that's
That's
part of
fine.
your
That
work
matches.
history.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
No. I mean, I'm not giving them my legitimate work history.
Oh, okay, gotcha. So just
Or
say that like it was just a random tech. So you're just saying it was like a random tech company or something like that.
data entry or something. Yeah.
Gotcha. Um, all right. Hear me. Do you have any? Sorry, Chris. Do you have anything that you would like to do to prepare for the interview?
Eh, nope.
Shine your checks pendant.
Chris is going to go in there with his usual boundless confidence.
Incredible. Gotcha. Thank you for the sub,
This
Barry. I
can
appreciate it.
this can only end well.
Oh, I'm certain. Okay. And
Good.
really quick, Saw brought it up, but who are you guys putting down as like references, if you're putting any references down?
I painted
Uh,
myself into a bit of a corner here.
I
well,
Uh,
would
since
I would
Chris
normally
is
say that like, hey, the blowjob brothers can put each other for their contacts, but that doesn't work quite as well when they're both applying for the same job.
now what Chris is just going to use his professors as references. He's just a student, so
Okay, gotcha.
I can I. I've done tech work for people before, but not under the name that I'm going by.
Hmm.
Um, if there's one that I think is particularly kind of cool with me, could I try to fill them in on what I'm attempting to do and ask them if they'll cover for me?
You know, would you like to ask Yumi?
Uh I don't want her involved in any way. This is very dangerous.
Okay, gotcha.
I know
Yeah,
I have
go
I
ahead
know I
and
have I
go
know I
ahead.
talked with like Ray about having done tech work for the Okama bar.
Okay, yeah.
Do you think I could ask one of them? They seem pretty chill with crime.
potential. You know what? Go ahead and roll me a persuasion check.
Oh yay, my favorite.
Listen, this is what you get for taking the int based warlock variant that I offered.
Okay, so it's gonna be a natural one.
Okay, no, so you kind of like maybe try to do like a go between you and a Yumu to like talk to the Okama bar. Maybe they can put you they can do like some sort of reference thing for you. And then you walk in and like you accidentally like you flub it so hard that like they genuinely like want nothing to do with you. Like they had been thinking about like maybe like helping you like with their back end, like maybe help like update some of their accounting software or whatever. But then like you have just genuinely like put your shoe in your mouth so hard that is no longer going to be happening, and also they will not be helping you.
Damn, I lost that.
You
I
lost
lost
you
the
you
source of
lost
income.
you lost a job trying to get a job. Yes.
I, I'm, I'm, I'll prove myself later. I'll get it back. They're gonna come crying back when they find their system getting updates.
That's a lot of consequences for one roll, I gotta say.
I'm
Listen,
just,
this was like like a more of a minor background thing. Like I said,
I see.
I'm not tracking wealth for you guys or anything like that because that's
I,
a lot of
I'm
pain in the
just
ass for a
worried it's
modern
gonna
day
be
campaign.
awkward. I'm just gonna be worried it's awkward if we ever go there in the story.
It's not. I don't think that they hate you. It's
Let it
just
be
that they
awkward.
think. I don't think that they like hate you or anything. They just kind of think you're a fuck up.
All right,
I
uh,
mean,
I will
Well,
go in.
yeah. How accurate that is? That's up to you guys.
I mean,
All right. So, do you have anyone else that you would like to try to put down as a reference, or are you just gonna walk in there with no references and hope like you make it out all right?
Did I got the card from Inaway, right?
Yes. Are you going to ask this government official to help you lie with a fake identity?
I feel I don't have the persuasion score to pull this, but if I could somehow try to tell him this was a sting operation, we can trade intel.
Do you want to give him a call? Because you can if you want to.
Does the job listing say a reference required?
Mm, not necessarily. It doesn't really mention anything about references, but you know enough to know that, like, hey, when you're putting in a resume, they generally want references.
Okay, I'm gonna give you away a call. This could be so bad.
Mr.
I
Saito,
really
what seems to be the issue?
I would like to propose um, a trade of information in which
There's like there's
I
like a yeah. Sorry, please go ahead. Continue.
in which I gather some information in exchange for your help in getting that information.
There's like a really long pause on the other end of the line, and like you almost think that he's hung up on you when he suddenly says, "Would you care to elaborate?"
Okay, so you remember? Do you remember from the other day the story I was telling you about the cult that was there at the school?
Yes, we are aware of Shinrikyo's the presence of an Shinrikyo member at the at the university.
I am following up on a lead right now, and I think it would benefit both your organization and myself to find some information out. And I think perhaps we could help each other.
There's you did hear that. That might actually just be my notification thing. Give me one second. I'm gonna mute that. See if I can't.
In a way, what are you talking about?
Oh, so
Are
sorry.
are
Sorry.
you having computer troubles you would like help with?
We have government contractors for that. Um, I'll have to. I'm gonna see what I can't do with that here in a little bit. Maybe during the break or something like that. Uh,
I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm gonna roll something.
oh, yo, you're gonna be rolling you're gonna be rolling some shit here in a second. Um, there's like another very long pause, and you can almost hear him like writing. Um, Mr. Saito, I understand that given your recent circumstances, you feel an urge to be proactive in your pursuit of information, especially concerning the forces, the various forces or factions that may be interested in your newly developed abilities. Uh, I must caution you against this. Uh, we are in the middle of an ongoing government investigation against the cult, against Aum Shinrikyo. Your and whatever evidence that you bring forth from this would not as given that we have not served them a warrant, be inadmissible in court. Um, Go ahead and roll me persuasion with disadvantage.
Disadvantage, huh?
Yeah, disadvantage.
Well, that sucks because one of those was a 20. The other one was a
I'm
9.
that's unfortunate.
That's gonna be a 10 total.
Uh, Mr. Saito, I am going to have to apologize and that I am unable to help assist you in this function uh, due to my prior commitments with the clerical task force and the rule of law and evidential procedure. Um, and I will once again strongly caution you against this course of action.
I hang up.
All right. Any is there anyone else that you would like to try to get for a reference, or are you just going to walk in there with no references?
I'm gonna do. Who else would I have worked with in the past and also
You could
trust?
you listen. If you want to roll a persuasion check to see like people like maybe from like Hokkaido or something like that who would be fine with you like not only doing a fake reference or like even just a real reference but for a fake identity.
I never gave you a name, but I did mention my 83-year-old best friend
Oh God, you did
from
mention that.
Hokkaido.
Yeah, I mean, listen, if you want to roll me a persuasion check on that,
Can I have advantage for best friend?
it's negated by the disadvantage for asking this for a false identity.
Another 10. I'm so fucked.
You're really lucky I set this DC low. You barely pass. I have no details about this character, so I am going to just say that yes, you contact your 83-year-old best friend from Hokkaido after a very confused like there's like a very like long like conversation that happens where they are very confused why they would need to be talking about like some other person and eventually they agree to be put down as a reference.
Awesome. Great.
Um, with
Thank
that
you,
being,
Obachan.
it's okay, sweetie. Just stay out of trouble. Um,
Calling Obachan.
You kids and your newfangled prank
Calling Obachan.
references.
this seems a little odd to me, sweetie, but you know I don't. That's your life. Um, um. Anyways, so with that being said, is there like I said, so you guys are all kind of going into to put in your applications. Now,
Oh, I did want to before I leave my house, just
yeah,
check the entire house for government surveillance.
go ahead and roll me an investigation check.
Okay, please come on. That's gonna be a 15.
Um, you there's like a weird feeling that you get when you look around your room, and it's not you don't have anything concrete. right? Like you're not finding like bugs in your room. You have no idea when they would even have had time to like go and do all that. But you just get this feeling in the base of your spine, like someone's kind of like keeping tabs on you. It's not much more than like a gut feeling, but you're pretty
Okay.
sure that they've got some sort of means of like keeping an eye on you.
They can scry those sons of bitches.
Uh, with that being said, anything else that anyone wants to do before we start determining how you guys are going to be putting in your applications?
I grab an empty floppy disk to burn any information I find onto,
Okay,
and I put it in my bag.
gotcha. So you grabbed a little bit of storage media in case that you need to really like copy something or get access if you get access to like a computer or something along those lines. Sounds good. Anything anyone else wants to do?
Wait, what are you talking about?
Just anything you want to do before we start determining how exactly you guys are going to be putting in your applications.
Oh, nope.
All right. So you guys all kind of get together, and it's like relatively early in the day. It's like at like 10 o'clock, or let's say. Still plenty of time to do whatever you want to do. You guys are kind of meeting up at a train station pretty nearby to the company. And how exactly do you guys want to approach this? Do you all want to go in together to drop off your applications? Do you want to go in separately? Uh, what what do you want your approach to be?
Definitely think we should not go in together, because
Yeah,
that's
as
just
characters, I think we've discussed this beforehand, and I don't know what the occult club plans are, but Kitaro's not going with them, at least.
Gotcha. So I'm assuming it's just like one of those things where you guys are kind of going in one by one, putting in your applications, and then
Yeah.
all right. Um, so you guys go in. Each of you kind of one by one go in, and there's this very like she's like a middle aged woman who's like sitting at the desk. She's like kind of got like grandma glasses on. Like you can tell that it's one of those things where like this is a woman who is not necessarily long for employment. Like she's getting up there. Um, and she like kind of takes each of your applications and she says actually we have like a bit of an open hiring process going on right now. There are a couple there the hiring manager is free this afternoon, and we have a couple people who are going to be coming in to do interviews. I'll pass these along to him if you'd like to hold on for a second, and if you guys and if he's interested, you guys would just join the interview queue for that. um uh and like she and like eventually it's like one by one, but you guys are all uh go ahead and actually do I want to? No, you guys are all Tokyo University students. I was about to think like, do I want to have you guys make a roll for your resume to kind of get your foot in the door? But you guys are all Tokyo U students. That's prestigious enough that you guys are good. Um, so you guys all kind of like over the course of like the next out like the next like 30-40 minutes, you guys all kind of like end up in like the same sort of room as you guys are going through like a group interview process. Give me 1 second. Hear me? Are you playing your guitar in the background?
Oh, you can hear that? Whoops.
Yeah, I can hear that. I was wondering what that was. And I'm like, oh wait, Hirame's got that guitar. All right, so you guys kind of end up um there's like a small like kind of group introduction. The hiring manager walks out. He introduces himself as Gakuto Seiji. He's like this like he cracks like a couple like awkward jokes. He's like very kind of like he's balding, he's sweaty, he's like a little bit overweight. He's very like he's got that sort of like anxious like the boss that wants you to like him energy to him. Um and he says, "Well, listen, we've got all of your guys' resumes. We're all very impressed. We're going to go ahead and we're going to have you guys be taking a skills based assessment here in a little bit. Each of you are going to receive a sheet of paper, um, and it's going to have like several questions, just on like hypothetical, like like situations you might find yourself in, stuff like that. It's pretty standard for the industry. Um, just go ahead and fill that out as quickly as possible. Once you get your results back, we will be proceeding. If you've made the cut, we'll be proceeding into individual interviews.
Right away, sir.
Uh, I like that go getter attitude. And then like he kind of like
Thank you.
you guys are kind of like led to like a conference room, um, where each of you kind of are given like a place to sit. Do you guys are you guys like sitting next to each other, or are you guys kind of a like a little bit away from each other? Like, are you trying to like spread out? Are you trying to like get together? Maybe you guys can help each other.
I'd assume we'd spread out so we don't look like we're associated.
I mean, I think ordinarily you wouldn't sit too far from each other, though. Like,
Yeah.
All right. We'll
yeah,
say that's like
Kitaro's not
maybe
putting
this
too much thought into
thought
it.
to.
Just taking the chair closest to the door. That's not at the head of the table.
Okay,
Let's say.
gotcha. So I'll say that like maybe you guys are sitting within like a couple seats of each other or something like that. You're not making an effort one way or another to either spread out or stay together.
I'd say yeah.
Okay.
At least
Uh,
Kitaro isn't. Yeah.
Gotcha. Now I'm gonna actually have you guys each make a proficiency tools check. I know each of you kind of have proficiency with computers. Um, so I'd like you guys to give me a check with that. Um,
Okay, so
and
you didn't tell me I had any kind of tools proficiency with
oh, I'm
whatever
sorry.
my
I thought
background
it
is supposed to be, but
I thought it came up. I thought it. I swear to God, I thought I had you also having like tool proficiency in like hacking, but because of your degree
okay.
background. So yeah, go ahead and
Yeah, I
I
mark
don't
don't
that
think
think
down.
we.
we properly
Go.
discussed that at character creation. So.
That's my fault. I thought I had brought it up because I know I brought it up with both
I told you you
Lighter
could.
and
You
Saw.
told me that I could treat my
Yeah,
these tools as computer hacking.
exactly, and we'll go ahead and count that in for that. Um, like that kind of plays into the same sort of thing.
All right,
Um,
I'm gonna roll now.
yep. Just
Oh,
let me know what you guys
finally.
get.
So I assume that we had intelligence and then tools proficiency. That would
Yep.
be a 22.
22.
Um,
I got a
shit, I
22.
don't know how tool
24
proficiency works.
total.
24. Tool proficiency in this case would be like an intelligence check plus your proficiency model, plus your proficiency bonus.
Oh, it's
22. Finally,
intelligence.
some good
Yep.
roll.
Now, you guys are both doing very well. Would you like to roll a sleight of hand check to give Chris the help action to give him
Chris.
advantage
Yeah,
on the
sure.
roll?
Yeah, let's say. Oh, that's a 12.
Okay, that's a 12 for sleight of hand. You try to tap out a mess. You try to tap out like a message in like Morse code, but like Chris clearly just does not understand.
Okay, that's a 13.
13.
He fully understands it, of course.
You are using your abyss eye to telepathically beam the answers to Chris. Unfortunately, his otherworldly senses aren't just not attuned to like the vibes that you're throwing off.
I can't
Um,
wait. Could I, if I were to, is he sitting at a desk?
you guys are kind of like all in like
At
a
around a
conference.
conference table,
Yeah,
yeah.
around a conference table.
Hold on. Let me check how somatic. Nope.
So
Nope,
how's it
can't do
looking
that.
for Christopher?
Say what?
How's it looking like? Should we be trying more desperately to get this? Like,
Well,
How
so
fast did he roll?
well, I haven't rolled yet. Y'all started talking
yeah,
about all
what?
this other
Okay,
stuff, so
yeah.
I was like, yeah. But so I was going to say, so what is it exactly I'm doing here?
You are rolling what is essentially your an intelligence check plus your
What is
proficiency
Chris
bonus.
doing?
Oh, you guys are just taking the exam. You're taking a
Okay.
skills based assessment.
So I was going to say if it was possible to use a deception check to try to fake it till I make it.
You know what? I'll allow
Because
that.
he does know stuff about computers, but my
Like
intelligence modifier is 0.
this is just something where you're like it's like you're kind of bullshitting. Like you're doing stuff
Yeah.
that like makes sense, but you're still like kind of bullshitting it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you can go ahead. You've convinced me.
It's
Whether
just
or
very
not whether or not he thinks he's actually doing this correctly, I don't know.
Mhm. The power of self delusion.
Oh,
he
that's
gets
a
distracted.
dirty 20.
That's a dirty 20. All right.
Yep.
Really quick, Saw. I want you to give me an Arcana check.
Yeah, for sure. Let's see. That is a 12 total.
Once you specifically you get to the end of your exam, you notice there's like there's almost like a hazy little, you don't know exactly know what to describe it. It feels like there's something there, but you can't quite make out what's at the bottom of the page.
You know, how about can I cast detect magic?
Yeah, go ahead.
Try and get a better sense of this. Okay, yeah,
Does
what's up?
detect magic have somatic components?
It has quite a few components, but I was assuming we're not going
Yeah, I'm not gonna be too litigious about it,
too
especially
strict about that,
considering
especially since the way
you.
I'm doing it is very
It's like
is more
you're pulling a
mechanical. Yeah.
yeah, exactly. Like I'm assuming it's like one of those things where you're pulling you kind of like pull out a device that kind
Yeah,
of
I have small mechanical tools with me, so yeah. Let's
yeah.
go ahead and say that I'm able to stealthily use detect magic to get a better sense of this.
Actually, now that you said stealthily, go ahead and roll me sleight of
Yeah,
hand.
can do. Okay, that is okay. How much
Hmm.
is that total? That is 17 total. So it's not
Okay.
bad.
So you managed to like kind of whip out like a device, like some sort of describe to me how your detect magic works. How your device that allows you to detect magic works.
All right. Let's say I have a different small artifact that we haven't seen yet, uh, and it measures some of the atmospheric anomalies, I guess. That gives me a sense for what's going on and
Something
how
that
that
just
works.
helps, like it's like a device that like detects the exotic particles that like supernatural like stuff kind of brings with it.
Hmm. Yeah,
Okay.
one of many tools.
You determine that there is like a small, like it's very minor, but there is like a small illusion, very kind of similar. You're reminded a lot of like when you first met Connie, and like you had trouble seeing like there was like a moment where like Kumachi kind of seemed like a normal bear for like a split second before before you could see it kind of like as it was. And like you get like with detect magic, you do get that there is a small amount of illusion magic, not just on yours but on everybody's
Hmm.
paper.
Okay, so am I discerning anything more that I can that's
With
actionable
with it
here?
with that detect magic, it allows you to sort of focus your intention, and between the information that you have, you manage to kind of pierce through, and you see that there is a secret last question. It's not anything to have to do with like it's once again just a programming question, um, but it was hidden.
Oh
Okay.
shoot!
While I'm at this, I want to try and like jog whoever is closer to me. So I sat close in the first like not significant
Yeah,
chair. So does
you
anyone sit
are.
close to me?
Like I said, you guys are about like I would say like 2 or 3 chairs apart each. You're like
And
I
is
said,
So
it
you're
so
not.
we have a proctor, right?
if if
Uh,
you're gonna go for Chris first, I need to ask something beforehand, but
there's there. It's one of those things where like there's somebody outside, like outside the room, where like you once you finish up, you would just kind of like hand it to them and kind of go back to waiting while they kind of
All
took
right.
a look at the responses.
So he's in earshot. I'm gonna get ask.
Uh, it's the door is
So if we
closed.
whispered, would we have some reasonable like sense that we might be okay?
It's you should, if it's just whispering, it should be okay. The
Hmm.
door is closed. Like I mean, obviously you're not going to
is
be
there
able to
anybody
have like
else
a
here?
Oh yeah, no, there's like the 4 or 5 other people, like other
Okay, there's
applicants.
other interviewees.
There's a couple there's a couple like guys who are like a little bit older, like probably their 30s or 40s, and then there's one or two guys, like there's 2 other guys who like look maybe just like a couple years older than you guys.
All right, can we say that I go and like try and get specifically the occult club's attention and try and make sure that no one else is.
Go ahead and roll
First, I
me.
need to ask.
Yep.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
I'm trained in Arcana. Do I need to do what Saw just did as
You
well?
you guys, there is nothing that seems strange about your guys's thing. You were just answering all your questions.
Okay.
There is no like thing, nothing that would tip you off. I don't think. Um,
Okay. Just wanted to check.
yeah, you guys are both. You just see your standard thing. You've got like there are 13 questions on your page. Saw you had 12 questions. After you kind of pierce through with
Hmm.
the detect magic, there are 13 questions on your page.
All right, and hopefully they're not paying no attention to each of us to cause since we're all in this together. So what should I roll for this like attempt at
Go
getting their attention at all, if at all? I guess.
go ahead and roll me deception, sleight of hand, stealth. Uh, one of those three.
Okay, let's do stealth because deception's terrible. Sleight of hand would have been okay, but yeah, let's do stealth.
Okay.
Okay, that is a unnatural 20. So
That's a dirty 20. Gotcha.
yes.
Yeah, you got uh, saw Kitaro like kind of like manages to catch the attention of the others. Um, what do you want to do with this? Like how
All
what
right,
kind
I'm
of
like
information do you want to try to like get to them?
I'm not trying to give away too much, so I'm just going check like a nod of the head, like check the test over, and that's all the hint I'm really giving.
Okay.
Mhm.
With that, is there anything with that information of like of Kitaro trying to kind of like gesture towards the test and like doing like kind of like tapping his eyes or whatever? Is there anything that you guys would like to do?
Can I make an Arcana check on it now?
Yeah, if you'd like to go ahead and make an Arcana check.
Fine. Oh, that's gonna be a 24.
24. With the 24, you realize that this page has been enchanted. Once again, you do manage to guess that it is an illusion spell. It does not seem to be affecting you whatsoever.
Can I identify which question
Yes, you.
in
It is the
particular?
last question. It is the last question.
I intentionally leave it blank.
Okay, you intentionally leave the question blank. Chris, is there anything that you would like to do?
Yeah, I'm doing the same.
Okay, so you're intentionally leaving that last question blank.
No, I'm doing
Oh,
an
you're
Arcana check if
okay.
I need to.
Yeah, go
I
ahead.
was just say you could give it to him for free.
Well,
Too late.
I was asking for intention. If that was what it was going to be, I
Yeah,
was going to have to ask for an
18.
Arcana check. You also notice that it is specifically the last question. It is enchanted with illusion magic.
What are the last questions? Do we ask?
It's it, I'm not making up a whole
Are
test.
they just regular ass
It's
questions?
like I said, it's a regular. It is for all
Yeah,
intents
he
and
said it's a
purposes.
normal question,
It's a
but it's
normal
obscured
question
by
about.
magic.
Yeah, it's a normal question. It's just obscured by magic.
It's
Uh,
Java. Is it good or bad, true or false?
But what do you think? What are your feeling? Like
There's only
it's like
one right
it's just
answer.
like a question of like what would you use and like a use like if you're given the situation, like what's the use case that you would like
Right.
what's the solution that you would come up with? It's like very standard. It's like a very standard sort of programming question. Um,
So
so
the
yes,
illusion was
hear me.
obfuscating the question, or
The illusion was for you specifically. It was obfuscating the question.
okay then.
Like Tsuyoshi and Christopher, uh,
It's
you
it's
both of you recognize with that 18 and 24 respectively that it once again it is illusion magic. It is very minor, and
they're
it is not
they're
affecting either of you whatsoever.
they're trying to filter in magical persons.
Okay, yeah. So Kitaro is answering the question just
Okay.
standard.
So you are answering the
So is
13th
Chris.
question. Chris is answering the 13th question. Tsuyoshi, you are
With
not
whatever BS answer he might be.
Yeah. Once again, you are still using that. And
Or
Tsuyoshi,
you might know. Who knows?
you are specifically not answering that 13th question.
Of course not.
Okay. Then you guys kind of all wrap up. Like you, with that, what was everyone's results for their like either tool check or deception check? What was that again?
22.
22. Uh,
24.
24, and then Christopher, you got, I believe, a
I
dirty
had
20.
20.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20,
Gotcha.
yeah.
All right, so each of you kind of with that. Kitaro, you finished first. Tsuyoshi and Christopher, you kind of finish up at about the same time. And you guys hand your test back to the proctor, who's sitting outside the door. And with that, you guys kind of proceed back into that waiting room area while your exams are sort of evaluated. And you guys are kind of led into like more individual interviews. Um, Give me 1 second here. I'm going to make a roll. Okay. You see that the other applicants are all like after a while, everyone kind of makes it back. You guys are waiting there for probably another like 30 minutes or something like that, while they kind of look over the scores and stuff like that. And eventually, like the Gakuto walks out from his office, and he like dabs his forehead with the thing. Like it's kind of hot in the building. It's like it's getting warmer out. And this building, like the building has decent like AC, but it's like still it's like clearly like like 10 years old or something like that. So
Japanese don't insulate their buildings.
yeah, but it's warm. It's getting humid. He's like, you can tell he's a sweater. Um,
This
and
might
so
be
he dabs
this
his
is the
head.
boss. This is the
He's
boss.
This is the hiring manager.
The hiring manager.
Yes, he's essentially like an HR guy who happens to have some background training in computer technology.
I would like to pick a moment when he isn't like looking directly at me.
Mhm.
I would like to cast Hex.
Okay.
Already
You sure you want
find
to
our
do
way out
that?
of this one, boys.
I because
Yeah, let me explain to me exactly what you want to accomplish with this.
here's my intention.
Yeah.
One of the effects of Hex is to choose an ability, and when I choose that ability, the target has disadvantage on ability checks made with the chosen ability. I would
Mhm.
like to give him disadvantage on perception checks
So you would
or
be
or
it'd be
insight
wisdom.
checks
It'd be wisdom then. So
or like insight or yeah,
okay.
one of the two.
This is one of
But
those
I
things
think
where I'm like, I should really have you be casting like doing like silent spell or like something like that. It'd be like a meta magic thing. I'm gonna go ahead and be nice. Go ahead and roll me a stealth check.
can't do sleight of hand.
Sure, we'll go ahead and say you can do sleight of hand. That has enough overlap on this specific situation that yeah, I'll allow it.
Okay, that's a 12.
That is a 12.
Mm,
Um,
This could go bad.
Maybe he won't mind, someone casting a hostile spell on him,
you see
Maybe we'll
some.
find out he's not magical.
Give me 1 second. I got to think about exactly what's about to happen.
DM machine broke.
I'm not gonna lie. I was genuinely not expecting you to cast like like a fairly offensive spell at like this random dude.
It doesn't do damage.
It doesn't
It
need to do
does.
damage.
It
It's still
does
like
do. Wait a second. It
half-life
does do
damage.
damage. Well, like it doesn't
No,
do damage
it-
on it. It enhances damage that's done against the target.
It's still like
And like
you're gonna notice if someone's casting hex on you. That's
you notice that
Unless you're non-magic.
do either of you want to give me an help action?
this is no. Are we
Using
even in
sleight
the
of hand,
vicinity?
we don't know what you're doing. My passive perception is 9.
Yeah.
I'm
he still
distancing
he
myself
still
from
thinks the
apparent
fireworks are.
aggression going on.
Yeah, Chris still thinks the fireworks are just like like Eldritch Blast. All right, so you kind of conjure up like this sort of like malefic, like sort of like negative energy, intending to like kind of like sap this guy's like perceptiveness, kind of make him like more dull and like less perceptive and like less like questioning of things. And you do that and you're trying to kind of like hide it, like you're kind of like putting your hands like into your sleeves, so like your like motions with your hands that you need to do to be able to pull this off are like obscured, and then there's like a giant flash of light from your hands as it goes off. um
The
and
way I am,
and like
the way I imagine.
the proctor and like a couple of the other applicants kind of look over like, what the hell is that?
How bright is the flash?
Fairly bright. Basically everyone in the room saw it.
I would like to pull from my pocket my Neo Geo color and turn
Okay.
it on and try to pass off the flash as turning it on.
Can I cast on off on like the lights to, I don't know, assist this somehow?
I'm gonna actually ask. I'm assuming. Okay, I'm gonna assume that.
Like here, let me
I'm
let me
assuming.
lay
I'm
this out.
assuming.
Okay, go ahead.
You two. Actually, you know what? You two roll initiative for me really quick. Just not for
God.
combat. It's not combat.
Okay.
Just to determine the order in which this happens.
Okay, I got let's see, what is this initiative? 8, I
That's
think
an
this
8.
is.
Okay.
That's also an 8.
Okay, what's your
Rolling again? No, I'm
no,
9,
no,
I'm
no,
9,
no,
sorry,
no.
I have +3.
What's your guys' dex scores? I need dex scores from both of you.
Yeah,
You
my
guys
dex is
roll-
16, so I had a
Okay.
+3. I thought I was +2, so I just said 8, but I
Suyoshi, what's your dex? Not your score, like not your modifier, your score.
14.
Okay, so
sorry, Kitaro's not predicting anything here. I'm reacting to Tsuyoshi's business.
Kitaro, I need you to roll me a sleight of hand check.
Jesus Christ, I'm so sorry,
Can I
guys.
change my mind? I'm rolling.
Okay,
That was
okay.
Nat 1. Fuck.
You know, I really wasn't expecting combat to happen today.
I could cast minor illusion, but
No, it's too late. Fuck us. Like, get out of here alone, Chris. Like, I don't know why I jumped in here.
Okay,
This
so
was a
both of
mistake.
you try to like cast on off like stealthily. Once again, this is like a remote control. Basically what you have is essentially like a device that will like cause like a power fluctuation in like a circuit, causing it
Can
to turn on and off. And like you pull the device from your pocket or your like a sleeve or something that you've got on you. And like you're trying to hide it, but like it causes like there's like a small like bright zap as it like hits the the switch and like causes the power to flicker on and off. And once again, everyone kind of sees that. Like everyone's attention has kind of already been drawn, and like you have like a small what is it's not like a huge like lightning bolt or anything like that, but it's like clearly like an electrical like
Zap,
pulse.
okay.
Like it's like a zap, like a small, like think of like static but over like a large like a large period of like space. So everyone kind of sees you do that.
Can
and the lights flicker
I be
on and
clear
off.
about
And you've
Can I be clear about something real quick?
Tsuyoshi, go ahead and give me a deception check really quick with the Neo Geo.
Can I just say something real quick? Is that when you said we were moving on to individual interviews, I thought I was alone in a room with this guy.
Oh no! You are not you. This is like he just walked out into the waiting room.
out.
Okay, I maybe jumped the gun a little bit then.
I would say maybe you've swung fairly hard for the situation you're in.
So I also want to let you know that I just rolled a personal insight check to see if like Chris would have, any kind of thoughtful reaction to this, but no, he's basically just locked up at this point.
He's just like, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit.
It's basically more like he's trying to process what the fuck is happening right now.
I mean, I
Like
just want to see that
you
his
hear in
reaction
the
to
back
something before it
in
happened.
in the back
So
of your Chris, in the back of your head, you hear like Chex kind of chime in, and he's like, "Kid, I think your friends may all be certified dipshits." Um,
It's gonna be an 8. Or
you're
wait,
like
deception?
deception.
Oh, it's still an 8.
You pull out your Neo Geo color and you start like, wow, I'm sorry everyone, I thought I was hiding that way better. And then you like performatively clear, like you clearly turn on, like you turn on what was clearly an inactive Neo Geo at that point, like it was clearly off.
Okay,
for the record, any
wait.
attention that's coming to me, I'm going. I think that's that guy's Neo Geo.
That guy, the
What?
insight, the insight check of the guy is at disadvantage. I just need to remind you that if he's making an insight check against my deception, that's a disadvantage
Like you,
because he's hexed.
I
We're
This
trying to
is-
save this. We're trying to save it.
this is
I'm just like head
Part
in
of
my
me-
hands.
part of
just try
me
and make
is
sure
like-
this doesn't become combat. Just
you
at least we
know
can get Chris in here with no nonsense.
You know, Liger, when we were talking about the shrine visit earlier, and you said like, yeah, so this is going to end. This is clearly going to go completely sideways, and we're going to walk away from a burning shrine. I didn't realize that like this kind of like skipped over a session.
All right, everyone, open Albert Rodeo.
Oh no. We're not there quite yet. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna actually.
I don't
You're
know what
right.
you're talking about. I'm already in here.
I'm gonna roll a couple. I'm gonna be rolling a couple checks here very quickly.
Checks?
Okay.
That is my intellectual property of Christopher Wataru Chihara, and you can't use that name without paying me exactly 1,000 yen.
You said your full name and social security number in the middle of this room full of enemies.
No. That was just him like goofing around in character. I'm not counting that. That Connie thing was.
Oh
Super...
no, I was talking to the DM.
Oh yeah.
Character.
Yeah, he was saying like I said checks, and you're like, that's my intellectual property. Excuse you.
Hey, listen, guys, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. This happened.
I
rolled.
Let's play it out. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, no, we're here
Please
now.
apologize.
We're here now.
Okay. Liger,
Okay, so that guy actually
real quick.
The hiring manager ended up rolling like a 5 on his insight check
Disadvantage, thankfully.
with the disadvantage. The proctor, however, rolled a 13. And I don't think any of your guys' checks were like above that. So the hiring manager is like kind of like vaguely confused. Like he's like what's going on? I was just whereas the proctor is like excuse us, I'm going to have to ask I'm going to have to ask you two to leave for the moment. We'll be in contact if something comes up.
Liger, I just want to tell you real quick, never apologize for doing something fantastically stupid.
Yeah, no, this is like genuinely this is like genuinely like crazy.
This is not only content, but it's proper tabletop.
Mm-hmm. No, this is.
I think I mentioned this out of session, but so one of my infusions is bag of holding. Is there some way I can sneak cure me like a bag of holding briefcase? I guess a briefcase is pretty conspicuous actually, so maybe that's
that's fairly conspicuous.
No, you're not going to slide a hand that into my pocket.
I
Nah.
mean, like I said, that
I,
infusion that's the infusion that you
the
wanted to give to your we did establish that it was like a briefcase of holding, right?
Yes.
the
Okay.
best thing we can do for Hear Me right now is to pretend we don't know him.
Yeah, give me 2 seconds. I just give me 1 second. I just dropped a dice.
Ah, fuck.
All right. Yeah. Okay. So you guys are Tsuyoshi and Kitaro. You guys are both kind of like led out into the main hall of the building. They say, we'll be in contact if something comes up. We've got your information. We got your results. See ya.
Hey,
I'm insisting that I still
I
had
just got a
nothing to
knock on
do
my
with this.
door.
It was
I
all
have to
his
be right
Neo
back.
Geo, as far as I can tell.
So
you're like the sunspots. The sunspots caused like a fluctuation in
A
the
sun flare,
yeah.
gamma ray,
Oh
flip.
God,
Anyway,
Jesus fucking Christ! This is
uh,
dire.
Hear Me's BRB for a second.
so they let
Yeah,
us into like the entrance hall or something, right?
yeah. So you guys are back kind of in that main hall with that like old lady who's like kind of manning the front desk. You guys are like you're basically being told to fuck off.
Yeah, I'm going for a smoke.
Uh,
I'm
uh,
out.
yeah, Tsuyoshi, is there anything you want to be doing as you're like led out of this building? I hesitate to ask because I don't know how you could fuck it up worse at this point, but like you could certainly try.
I can't pass anything to Chris.
You could if you would like to
You
attempt
could
to
try.
pass something to him, whatever that may be. Um,
Oh man, if I could somehow.
the floppy disk maybe.
Is
Oh yeah, slide a hand it to him. Come on.
okay, but is there a way to break eye contact with the people escorting me out? And
Um,
also,
We're being
no,
cooperative. We don't need an escort. I feel like let's our eyes are on us, but
eyes are on you. Yeah, you guys
yeah.
have made a scene. If you'd like,
okay,
you can attempt to pass like that disc, or even just kind of like potentially like leave it behind and then have him like pick it
Toss it
up.
in a trash can. Yeah. Oh, look at this example of my
yeah,
perfect programming.
yeah, yeah. I guess I'll try to. I'll try to slip on the floppy disk. I'll tell you what I was thinking though is that if there was some way to give him the doll and also go inside the doll.
That's like fairly large. I would say that would probably have been like a big disadvantage. Jesus Christ, that was
Yeah,
a big
but then
disadvantage.
yeah, there's no way to go inside the doll without breaking eye contact from the people watching me.
Yeah, like you would just have like disappeared, and it's just like there's like they would have been like, what do you mean he didn't go downstairs? Like and they'd have eyes on you though. That would not have worked.
I
Yeah,
would try to help with this, but I am outside. I am smoking. I am like,
you
well, if
are.
something happens, maybe Chris will break out, and we'll
I
have to help.
just want to point out, you guys had really good scores for this exam.
Yeah, no, I'm relying on that. I'm like, maybe I'll get a call or something.
yeah. I rolled a 19 sleight of hand to pass in the disc.
Okay, we'll go ahead. As you
Are
kind
you,
of
are you not
walk
giving
by,
disadvantage for that? That's got to be at least. Come on.
Okay, I'm back.
Are you
yeah, roll,
so
roll,
Saul? What do you
roll.
want from me, Saul?
I want you to suffer for what you've done. So,
I have been suffering since I rolled
Not
in his
enough.
character.
Definitely not enough.
I need some better stats, dude.
Go
I'm
ahead.
sure you
Go
have
ahead
ways
and
to have
roll
mitigated
me
some of
roll me
this.
roll me one more d20.
Oh my god. It's a 14. Do you want sleight of hands?
Yeah, sleight of hand.
Okay, so that's a dirty 20.
Okay, so you said the other one was an 18?
Yeah.
Okay. So then yeah, you actually like as you're kind of walking by, you like move to like trip over Chris's leg. His leg isn't like out or anything, but like you make it seem like as inconspicuous, like as like natural as possible. Like you've just like walked to him, like you're a little unsettled or whatever. And like as you're falling, you kind of like pass it into Chris's like hand, like the floppy disk into Chris's hand. And then you like kind of recover. You're like, sorry about that, and then you continue to walk downstairs. Chris, you now have a like a floppy disk in your pocket. Or I'm assuming you're just kind of sliding it into your pocket.
Oh,
Yeah.
Uh,
Hold on. What kind of floppy disk is this?
it's like
It's just an empty one.
just like a
It's
No.
the burning.
like a 2 point what like a 2.5 inch or was it what God, it's been so long since I've messed with floppy disk. I need to remember what the formats were.
I wasn't
It's
around for when they were a thing.
The small plastic ones are 3.5.
Yeah, it's a
and
3.5
yes, I believe
inch.
they were around in 1999.
Yeah, there was a 3.5 inch floppy disk. So yeah,
That's at least easy to hide.
yeah. I knew it was one of the smaller ones. I just couldn't remember the exact dimensions on it. Because I knew there was like a 5.5 or like a 5 inch or a 5.5 inch.
Yeah, I think it's like a 5.2 inch for the really big, actually floppy ones.
Yeah, but no, this is just like a standard, like kind of hard plastic case, like.
Oh no, the
floppy.
really big ones were 8 inch, and then there was
Yeah.
5.25 inch. That's
Yes,
what it was.
exactly. So yeah, you have that. Luigi wins by not doing anything. Uh, and so okay, so you guys are let out of the building. Is there anything that you guys want to do? Do you like what? Is there like do you want to try to maybe like sneak back in or something along those lines? Like what do you or are you just like I give up? I'm so.
Is
tired.
this a 1-story building?
This is it's like 3 stories.
All right. I walk around the building, see if I can find an open window.
I'm hoping at some point Dettet surprise me with you're out of smokes. I'm assuming that you're restocking. This is like
I mean,
one of those...
I would, but yeah. Anyway.
Keep track of your cigarette ammo. Like I'm not about to like fucking.
No, I'm
that.
not keeping track. No, Kitaro doesn't keep track, but I don't know. The universe should like bum him out at some point with that.
You got a briefcase of holding. You have all the cigarettes. You have 500 cigarettes.
He doesn't have the money to keep that many in stock. It's got to be like
I got that
at some point. I'm gonna have a slice of life journey to find more cigarettes when I've just run out in every store in like a block's location. It's like out of them somehow.
Every
You
tobacco
can't even
stop.
afford a full carton.
It's anyways, this guy.
Recession.
God, Jesus Christ! I'm just like still like they rolled so well. Why did this happen?
We ruined an entire session.
I'm not saying it's ruined. Like, Hiramy's still in the door.
No.
Like,
Yeah, no. That's fine. It's fine. We gotta go there.
All right. So you guys are kind of like smoke like
open windows.
like Kitaro. Okay, so you go ahead and roll me. Roll me an investigation check.
Okay. Something I'm good at. That's a 9, actually. She's the worst. This is the worst I've ever rolled with a character.
You kind of like pace around the building. Like there's like an alley back there, and you kind of duck around, and like you just can't see anything. It seems like everything's closed, and you can't tell if anything's locked or not. There's like a fire escape that you could go up a little bit. There's like a couple doors on each of the floors. You have no idea if any of those are locked or not. If you'd like, you could try to like get in through there, but
Kitaro, Machine Lord, help me get up this fire escape.
I'm smoking, and I'm like I
like
didn't bring my weapon, but I'm like, darn,
like
I sure wish I brought it.
Are you like I'm pretending not to hear him right now?
I am not talking to you.
Okay, so Tsuyoshi, Kitaro is stringently ignoring you, smoking even faster. Like the rate of tobacco consumption has increased as after you said something to him.
Just taking the longest drag of the cigarette.
We're gonna go ahead and with that we're gonna head back.
Just watch the DM leave.
Oh no! I had to go
green screen.
Yeah, sorry about that. I had to go like turn on my AC. It is getting a little bit warm in here.
It is a hot Japanese day.
So with that we are. Give me 1 second. Oh, give me 1 second here. I gotta kill a guy.
Yeah.
Death.
but best viewers.
But best. I keep getting ads for cheap viewers and not the best viewers, and I'm like, this sucks, man. What do you mean? What do you
I
mean? What do you mean? I can only afford the cheap viewers? What the fuck is wrong with you?
I hope that state-owned corporate man doesn't what is it,
That one
fight
was
back in
best
some
though.
way, retaliate for this.
That one was best. Yeah, I'm just noticing. I'm just saying that I keep seeing cheap viewers, and it feels like I'm getting more cheap than best viewers. And I'm like, damn, what are you trying to say? What are you trying to tell me here? Anyways, so we're gonna go ahead and cut back over to Chris. Chris, you're kind of like led. You're like your name is called. You're kind of brought into the office, uh, and the hiring manager Gakto still seems like a little dazed. Like he's still like a little like what. Actually, Liger, could you give me
He will
the
remain that way for an hour.
Okay, so it's an hour duration. Is there any range on that?
There's a range for the initial casting, but
But
as
once
long
it's
as I maintain it,
Gotcha.
it's there.
Gotcha. Just wanted to make sure.
It's not concentration. It's not.
It is
It no, it is concentration.
Oh.
But nothing.
Okay.
But nothing's happened. Like you haven't taken any attacks. You haven't cast another spell that requires concentration. So I'm assuming that you're still concentrating on that.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Chris, you're kind of led into the office. Gato sits down. He once again is dabbing at his forehead, but he seems like a little bit more distracted. Like he's kind of glancing.
Dabbing.
Wait.
Well, he's dabbing at his. Well, he's dabbing at his forehead. Well, not like that. Not like that. He's like.
I thought I was hearing this the whole time. Did you just say his name is Gakto?
Gakuto.
Gakuto. His name is. Yes, his name is
Amui
Gakuto Seiji. No,
The
not.
pork belly pianist?
Oh, Jesus Christ! No, I have no idea. I actually don't know that reference. Unless we're talking about Gact. But no, it's just Gakuto. Seiji.
That's what I'm talking about. Is Kamui Gakt?
Kamui
Gakt.
No, this isn't Gact. This is his really failed his brother's the one of the most
Distant cousin.
Yeah, just a distant relation, or no, it's it's like his brother. He's just really has a radically different life path than his brother. No. He's completely unrelated. So he's dabbing his forehead with a cloth. He's starting to sweat a little bit. He's like, so we were looking at your scores, Mister Chihara. And we were very impressed with what we saw. Actually, we also see here, he kind of shuffles through some of your papers and the resume that you brought in. So we see that you're currently a student at Tokyo University studying computer science. That's very good. That's a prestigious university. We like to. I mean, obviously, this wouldn't be we would be able to sort of try to work around some of your scheduling conflicts. But we would be considering both your sterling resume and your he pauses for a second. This is he's almost kind of losing his train of thought. And your your responses, your good responses, and your I'm sorry, I'm having trouble.
Chris kind of
focusing.
cocks his head. Says "Daijobu desu ka?"
What the?
No. Give hear me a weak point. Please assign hear me a weak point.
Was that him speaking in English?
No.
Yes.
Did you just say? Did you just say? Are you okay?
Said that with a bad accent on purpose.
So somehow Chris doesn't have a weak point, so you know what? I think that's a failure.
Yeah, no, that's absolutely I'm calling for the weak
I'm
point
pretty
on
sure
that.
I've done numerous things to earn a weeb point, but they just haven't been accumulating.
I'm just, you know what? I'm rolling that as you in a Terry Bogard voice asking, "Are you okay?
Are you okay?" What's wrong?
To the max.
He's like, oh, and yes, I do see that you speak English. Thank you for reminding me. That
Are you
helps.
okay?
We're always looking to expand into overseas markets, and having that sort of skill is very useful. I would like to say that I'd be happy to extend you an offer for a position here. We currently we have an orientation that we would like to that would be more than happy to direct you towards. It will be in a day or two. Um, yes, it will be at like a separate. We have a like an orientation retreat where we kind of take on a bunch of our new hires, um, and we sort of acclimate them to our corporate culture, kind of get an idea of what your duties will be. It's also a chance for us to get to know each other. We're a family here at Mirai Software Solutions, and we like to try to treat. Uh, our employees as if they were our family. He's like visibly kind of like struggling. He's like, I'm so sorry. I am really just like I am losing. It's hot here, right? Like this. Like I have the. He like turns around and starts to kind of fiddle with the AC. Um.
It's a little warm in here. I think you're
um
right. But Chris does want to clarify what he means by retreat.
Yeah, it's not like we're not leaving the city or anything like that. It's just like a small like we're heading to a like a small we have a space that we rent out from there's like a space that is owned by an associate company of ours that we rent out, and we help use it to host like presentations and like stuff like that. This is just sort of our welcome to the
Oh, okay.
there'll be food, there'll be drinks. It's like a small it's like a small kind of meet and greet, but also there's like some orientation stuff. It's like just gonna be a little bit. It's good. Probably it's he's like just pauses for a second. It's like 15 minutes away, something like that.
All right. Chris says that he just wanted to clarify and makes a joke about being a poor college student.
Hey, trust. He like laughs like a little too hard at that. It's like it's like one of those things where it's just like, oh, I really want this person to like me, so I'm like gonna laugh really hard at all their jokes. Um, it's really incredible how suddenly it feels like the power dynamic has shifted. This man is like not very. This man does not have a lot of force of personality. You can tell.
In front of the face of the party, he's literally melting.
Yeah.
I
So
mean, he had to roll anything.
but yes, if you'd like to go ahead and take down this information, we'll be in contact with you for determining your schedule. Um, and yeah, I think that's about it for the moment. Is there anything else that I can help you with? Is there any questions you might have?
Chris does make a show of thinking about it for a moment. He says, "No, it seems pretty self-explanatory."
Gotcha. Well, then, if you don't mind, I am going to have to ask you to leave as we have a couple more. I think we have a couple more people out in the lobby. I for the life of me, I can't tell. I can't remember. This guy did not have fantastic wisdom to begin with. I will let you know.
Apparently,
No.
He is getting whammied pretty hard right now.
I feel like if I had actually waited to be alone in a room with him, everything would have been fine.
Yeah, kind of. I mean, who am I to tell you that you're wrong?
To be
I, for
fair,
one,
I
love to
thought
get
I
a
was.
sense for what's going on before I do anything.
But Chris is going to give him a polite bow, thank him profusely, and suggest he drink some water before he leaves.
Oh yes, excuse me. We've got the water cooler in the hallway. You know what? That sounds like a fantastic idea. And you see, he actually starts. He rushes out of his office before you do. You are now alone in his office.
Holy shit.
Okay.
Is there anything you
So-
would like to do
Doing
while with
nothing.
Luigi has really just completely won by doing nothing.
So the
Nor-
issue here is Chris has zero idea what this floppy disk is that Tsuyoshi passed to him.
There's presumably a machine somewhere with a
Yeah, no,
slot that's the right
there's a computer that's on his desk right now. It's not like the monitor is not
Chris
facing
doesn't know
towards
what
you.
it's for.
I feel like I do feel like in character Tsuyoshi and we would all have had this talk before we walked in the building.
Yeah, because you guys did meet up beforehand. It's not like this is like,
Okay, did you explain the floppy disk then?
I explained what I planned to do with it, but that's currently
And
unavailable.
what did you plan to do with it exactly?
To use it to extract information if I could get alone with a computer that had sensitive information.
Yeah.
Has Christopher used a computer before? Just checking.
No,
Chris is on the internet a lot.
Yeah, Chris is also like a computer science major at the moment.
Okay,
So,
like
so
he's a bit of a degree
enough,
hopper.
No, I
enough
didn't know he
wherewithal
was
to put information on
told.
the floppy.
Yeah, I didn't know
Yeah,
he was
no,
told that.
Yeah, this is like you know, because like I said, it makes sense that like you guys would kind of like explain yourself, like explain what your stuff is and like what you brought and what you prepared beforehand. You would know that this is an empty floppy disk and that this was meant to like kind of maybe try to pull information, like copy over like any kind of document, or like if you were able to have access to a computer or any kind of unsecured network for enough time.
All right, yeah, Chris is going to try to quickly see if he can do that real quick.
Okay. Go ahead. You kind of sit down like behind the desk real quick. You pop in the floppy disk and you start kind of browsing through the files looking for anything. Go ahead and roll me a hack check, which is in this case going to be like a tool used like a tool intelligence check plus your proficiency modifier.
5.
5. The most you can pull is like a list of birthdays for the office, and you copy that over, and at that point like you can hear like because like this guy like he's a bigger guy, so he has like pretty heavy footsteps, and like you can hear him starting to approach the door.
All right, yeah. He's
Wait, is that's with all your modifiers, right?
Oh yeah,
Like,
my
okay.
intelligence modifier is 0. I
Gotcha.
just basically get the proficiency modifier, and I rolled a 3 on my die. So,
All right. Well,
is
you've
there
got
any way that is there any way that giving him the disc would have given him advantage?
No, I'm very sorry. Listen. Sometimes the mission has failed successfully.
like if it's just an empty floppy disk that's meant to take files and not some kind of
It
hacking program you put in there,
it doesn't have any kind of special tools on it. It's just like a storage. It's like it's essentially like an empty like USB drive or something like that. Yeah.
Then Chris is going to whip that floppy disk back out of there and make it look like he was kind of gathering his things together before he steps out of the office.
Okay. I will. The guy kind of comes back and he's like, "Good call on that water. Why are like? Go ahead and roll me a deception check really quick." Like he seems like kind of like there's like a second before he's like almost kind of confused that why you're still here.
21.
Okay.
And Chris is going to claim. Oh, sorry, I dropped my bag.
He rolled an 8.
Stuff out of it.
Yeah, he rolled an 8. He's like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. That listen, that happened." He like kind of like leans in. He's just like he kind of almost like pats you on the shoulder. He's like, "Listen, this happens to me all the time. But don't worry about it. You want some help getting this cleared up?"
Chris will say, "No, thanks. I got it all gathered. Thank you very much for the opportunity," and he will walk off.
No, he points out.
He give a polite bow while he says thank you for the opportunity.
Gakto like returns the bow. And he's like, I'm really looking forward to seeing you at the orientation retreat. I hope that you have a really great future with this company.
And then I hope so too, and I'll see you there.
And then he walks off.
All right. While all this is going on, let's say I finished my smoke, and then can I try calling someone? Like, do I have anyone from Ashitaka Materials that could vouch for me outside of Ayumu? Or is
Machine Lord,
Um,
help me get to the top of the building.
I'm ignoring that.
yes.
I can use the fire escape to get me to
I-
the top of the building.
Are
I
you
like to think
Wait,
Kitaro said,
are
"I'm
you
ignoring
yelling
that" out
this?
loud.
Are you yelling? Tsuyoshi, you're yelling this and in the back alley. Out of the back
No,
alley.
I'm not, I am not yelling. I
He's
It
imploring,
sounded like
you
you were
know.
yelling.
that's just because that's my Tsuyoshi voice.
Let's
He's
ease it up to
strongly
imploring and say that I'm vocally like not bothering with this,
You know,
and I'm on my phone trying to get
I
something
was.
done.
I'm not gonna lie. I was really thinking this was gonna go one kind of way, but I really should have known with between like the boys' night being Blowjob Brothers and Kitaro that like this would be the result.
Listen,
This is incredible.
listen. I tried something, and I didn't do well.
Listen, you swung big, and I respect that.
All right, DM. Enough of the commiserating with the Hellboy. Do I have any contacts with Ashitaka materials that I can work with here?
You do. I'm gonna say that you probably have like people that you've worked with, like with your patent, that like kind of help with licensing and stuff like that, as well as like people who people that you can get in contact with if like say like you've come up with anything else or something along those lines. You have a couple people that you know. I do not
Okay.
have any kind of. I don't have them prepared at the moment. I know
No,
basically
no. Okay,
nothing
so
about
let's
them.
let's say this is my course of action here. Is I finish my smoke, I come back. Well, yeah, okay. I finish my smoke, I come back in to the reception, and I drop a card or something.
Okay, you drop a card for like
Yeah.
your
Sorry, I know that was a disaster, but if we can get some but I may have undersold myself. Here's the card. If y'all can check with my higher ups, with y'all's higher ups, you
Mhm.
know, if there's
And
some more convincing way to say this.
he's like, listen, please, I'd like to make an addition to my references. I wasn't planning on like disclosing this, but I have like other sort of corporate contacts. Um, yeah. She takes it, kind of gives you like a smile that roll insight for me really quick.
Why not? Because I won't mind if this is not gonna happen, but
Yeah.
that is, where's my bonus? Where the heck is insight on this thing? Oh, there it is. That is 15.
You can tell that this is a pretty forced smile, but you can tell that she actually is
Yeah.
going to like follow up on this.
As long as it gets
Um,
passed on, I'm like, I've done my duty and I move
Yep.
on.
So she's like, "Yes, sir. I'll make sure to add it to your resume. Make sure to add it as an attachment on your resume." And
Thanks.
then as like you're doing this, like you see like Chris coming down the stairs.
Right. I'm not acknowledging that as in like,
Yeah.
reception.
So you guys kind of walk out together. I'm assuming you guys are kind of like walking off for a little bit before you start like talking about stuff.
Oh, I was gonna climb the fire escape.
Oh, okay. Yeah, go ahead. Go.
I'm
You
out.
want to roll
Kitara
me?
has left the scene.
All right, Kitaro has walked away. Chris, what are you doing? Are you still
Chris is also walking away.
like
He has no idea. He has no idea where his second half is gone.
How old is Chris? Real quick.
Chris is he's 20. Yeah.
20. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I'm passing him a smoke. Let's get out of here.
Wait, is Tsuyoshi still calling for the Machine Lord? While Chris is walking out.
No, I've given up. I've seeing them walk away. I don't know if I still want to.
Yeah, like you just feel this pain in your stomach, like, oh no.
There's one thing I could try.
Oh boy.
I don't know.
I'm so
I don't know
no,
if I have this-
I'm so excited. You have to tell
the
me.
death of Tsuyoshi.
This
Okay,
this has gone so. I don't. Oh man, this is incredible.
One form of infiltration that I could try is that I know they're looking for the doll.
Oh, this is an idea.
If I were to just leave the doll on the doorstep and just put a note next to it that said, "Please don't come for me or my family. You can have it." Would they take the doll inside and then put it in his office?
Roll
or
me insight.
something.
Roll me insight.
I wanted on the record that if Kutaro knew this was happening, he would be objecting in many ways.
That's 14.
This is this is why you don't. This is why you don't leave so early, so that way you can, when the guy tries to double down, you can be like, "No, we're leaving. Please don't." Um, with a 14. So, as much as you know that this place is definitely affiliated with the cult, and like there are like definite ties here,
The lower level members wouldn't know what the
they
doll is.
they I mean, a lot of the employees here are genuinely like just employees. Like some of the the management, and like a lot of like maybe a couple of the people here and there are members, but there are also a lot of people here who are just normal people, um, like who don't really have like any knowledge of the ties that like they
Right,
have
right.
here. You could try it, but you get an idea that maybe like there's not necessarily great odds on this working in a way where it doesn't end up with the doll in the dumpster and being like, that's a weird fucking prank, dude.
And I try so hard to be cool.
You see,
I go. I
once
just go and
again,
catch up with the other
once again, I have absolutely nothing but respect for the big swing there, because that was crazy. that was insane.
But like it's also like I was gonna describe that spell a lot different.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. I'll
In
avoid narrating, but like, listen, you failed by a
in my
lot.
mind, in my mind, when I cast hex, people just hear like a little girl laughing at them.
Sure, but there's also in this case, there is a flash of light. Maybe it's just like, oh, maybe we can even just say it as like you not having quite a solid grasp on your abilities yet. But yeah, no, like it is like, well, we can mess with it here a little bit, but I needed like something to be able to go off. Anyways, so we have
Christopher, what did you find?
Well, because I didn't do anything weird, I got a job. And
Oh,
I
really?
couldn't.
What are the benefits?
Guitaro's just
Okay.
sitting here like, where did I go wrong in my life?
Hey, I'm starting my second smoke here, or maybe third even, considering
Yeah,
how
no,
fast I went.
this is definitely your third.
Okay.
You are sucking it down.
But I tried to get stuff onto the floppy disk, but I didn't have very much time, and I grabbed just something. I don't know what it is yet.
I will take a look at it later at my home
But
personal
yeah, Chris will
computer.
hand the floppy disk back to him.
Ah, I can't
I
wait to
don't
see
know
what
if it was
sorts of.
anything important.
I can't wait to see what excellent dirt you got on these people.
I don't know what it was. I don't know if
Yeah,
it's important or not.
you just started like grabbing it, like you saw a file on the desktop and you knew you had like basically no time, so you just like went and grabbed it.
Yeah. You
Um,
grab
You
something
did.
it was in a folder that was marked important.
You did copy it. You didn't just take the file, right,
Of course I copied it. What do you think I am?
Christopher?
I mean,
He
I'm
did. He copied it.
Kitaro interjecting.
you
I'm
have
for
no, you have
taking the information if it's worth it. Just
you
saying.
have no idea how tempted I am to make you to like do like a wisdom roll, like a wisdom saving throw, to be like, did he just drag and drop, or was it a copy?
He got a 5 on his hack roll.
That's what I'm saying. I'm going to fight that urge off,
Oh,
because you
okay.
guys have suffered enough.
Well, if you do it, this is going to be like the situation where I had where like you didn't specifically tell me you locked your ship and now it's stolen.
Yeah, I'm not gonna be doing. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that to you. If you had rolled a 1, however.
Yeah, if I'd have rolled a 1, then if
Yeah.
I'd have rolled a 1, I'm pretty sure I would have been caught or something. Or
Yeah. No. Well, maybe not caught. Like, I mean, the hex. Listen, I needed to give you something for that hex.
Yeah, out of character, knowing what was taken, it's like it's perfectly reasonable that like someone would have just thought it was misplaced somewhere as a file. So I'm like,
Um,
you know,
By the way, I'm not dropping concentration.
oh yeah, no, I think
I'm doing a full duration.
yeah. So after so you guys, so is there anything else that you guys would like to do before you split off and like you start to examine the disc?
We could go to an internet cafe. Or do those exist yet? I don't think.
A net cafe in 1999. I think we're starting to. Give me one
I
second
wouldn't
here.
think so.
I think that's slightly prohibitive, like cost wise, to exist by. No, I guess they did exist. Let me see. Well,
Yeah, internet cafe. Well,
Korea
yeah,
in
internet
US,
cafe.
If they were going to be
Uh,
anywhere, they would be Akihabara.
not
Oh, yeah.
necessarily.
Well, maybe.
Yeah,
Hold on.
no, there are internet cafes. It's like a proven concept. They started like in like the
Okay,
first one
popularized in
opened.
1995. Okay,
Yeah,
that's
so
fair.
they're available, and you guys are close enough to Akihabara where you guys could go and like hit like a web cafe.
All right, let's do that, and let's talk about what happened. I apologize to the rest of you. I made a repeated lapse in judgment. And
I made a serious and continuous lapse in my judgment.
It didn't get any better. I kept fucking up, and I kept fucking up more.
and I simply must apologize. However, the day is not lost. We have some information. Hey, Chris, tell us everything that's happened. Everything he said.
All right. Well, mm,
Oh, sorry, I'm
Chris?
answering Dagger here.
incredible. All right. So you guys are kind of making your way into like
But yeah,
like a
Chris
web.
will relay just everything that happened. It wasn't much.
Yeah, of course. Um, so you guys make
There's a
your way.
retreat.
Yeah, there's a they. Yeah, you guys know about the orientation retreat. You know about like when it is, where it is, that sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
He's kind of giving you everything he knows about that. You guys,
He wrote it down.
yeah. You guys wrote it down. You guys, he gave you like a sheet with like the information on it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So you got like a flyer, I guess would be like the best way to put it, or like some sort of like a printed sheet of paper. Something. It's not like fancy, but it gets the job done. So you guys make your way into like a web cafe in Akihabara. As you're walking by, you're hearing a lot of people. You're walking by, and there's a lot of like younger people, like a little bit more tech savvy. There's sort of the occasional like salary man here or there. They're playing like a web game or something. Like a couple people are playing like there's a couple people who are playing like Ultima Online, which is like crazy. There's a couple of people playing a little bit of StarCraft. I think it's is StarCraft out? Shit.
Yes, by one
It's good.
year, so you're
Yes.
good.
Yeah.
You're
So
good.
that's a
so
year
yeah,
old.
there's a bunch of people playing StarCraft in here. You also notice like a couple people are like browsing the web. Like a lot of people are on forums. You hear a lot of people are like telling each other like, yeah, no, you got to check this place out. This is like really crazy. There's all sorts of like nuts threads on here. There's a couple like people browsing like 2chan. It's a very like very chill vibe. You guys kind of like rent a station, and you guys pop in the floppy disk, and the one file opens up, and it is a list of birthdays.
With names attached, I hope.
Yep, names attached. And like a couple of people are like like by department, like what department they're in, and stuff like that. If you guys would, yeah, that's it. If you guys would like, you guys can roll investigation.
Sure.
All right.
Let's roll.
Hoping this isn't useless.
No, I'm gonna let y'all do that.
Chris is
Okay.
Chris is getting distracted by StarCraft. He's like,
I
I
hit a
did my job.
25.
All right.
Chris
Oh,
looks
Jesus
longingly at
Christ.
StarCraft.
Yeah,
That's a
that's
16.
Okay, you got Tsuyoshi, you got a 16. Kitaro, you got a 20. What, 25? You said?
25. Yes, that's not a nat
Jeez,
20. That's just a bunch of
Jesus,
bonuses. Yeah.
fucking Christ.
What's it like having good stats?
I mean, is it going to be useful here? Is kind of my question.
Yeah. You actually managed to pull like a decent amount of information. You get a pretty decent idea
Okay.
of like the corporate structure of like the company, as well as like a list of names of like people who are like, because this guy like was essentially like he was, there were a couple of people in there that are like directly in his department that he was keeping track of their birthdays, but a lot of this is like, you know, him trying to like cozy up to his superiors and you know, figure out like how can I schmooze my way kind of like up the rankings. You also see like a couple list of people who like are not like birthdays in here that are not listed with a department, or like what their relationship to like the guy, like this guy is, um
Hmm.
that you don't recognize, and you take note of those. You kind of like
Hmm.
keep track of those names, but you also get an idea of like how the company is set up, with like who is in what position, like a list of names that you could potentially look into further in terms of like, you know, maybe these people, these like the higher ups that might potentially have like ties to the cult. Um, it's you can't really get much more than that, unfortunately. Um, like I said, like you, this is like a decent amount of information, especially for considering it was like a fucking list of birthdays. But like it is just a list of birthdays. There is like a limit to how much you can pull from it.
Is there anyone suspiciously old on it?
Um, Not particularly. Like you have like a couple of them are like older, and like some of them are nearing like retirement age. Like you recognize uh like like an older lady who's like who works the front desk. Like you see that her name must be like Hiroko or something, or like based on like the age and the position noted. But like nothing about like the any of the ages like particularly stands out to you. No one's sitting here at like 98 or something like that.
So Yoshi is beloved by the geriatric community.
You were like, who is old here that I can schmooze?
He's taking all the wins he can get.
I need more friends. Um, but yeah, that's about the long and short of it. Is there anything else you guys like to do before you go home?
Uh, can I
Chris,
buy you both a beef bowl?
Chris is gonna play some StarCraft.
Yeah, like yeah, I mean, you got you got the computer for the hour.
I ain't opposed to a StarCraft session either.
So like
I'm mellowed out from
so,
smoking. I'm just
so
like, well,
Tsuyoshi
fine. He's a
Tsuyoshi pays
deviant.
Tsuyoshi, like I'm assuming this is like Tsuyoshi treating them because he fucked up so bad. So like Tsuyoshi like buys like rents like 2 more PCs and like gets everyone like a round of beef bowls.
This is a really bad day because he
It
also
hasn't
like,
been going
he-
it hasn't been going well
He
for
had
you
to
for
have
a
started
while.
really early too for interviews.
Yeah.
I also lost the job prospects at the Okama bar.
Yeah, it's
The no good, very
Hmm.
bad week continues.
Okay, so if from you complaining about your stats, I just have to tell you, you cross-classed at level 2.
You did
Okay,
do that.
all right.
You did do that.
My stats were bad before that.
Incredible.
I'm a regular human, which means I get a +1 buff to all my stats, and my highest stat is still a 15.
You did give an option for that to make it a little more useful.
Yeah.
So I took that one.
I should have done point by.
Should have done point by.
I can't remember what I did. I must have done point by.
Okay.
Maybe
Well,
not.
so you guys kind of like while the rest of your day away. This is kind of like the next day. Like you're genuinely shocked to find that like both Kitaro and Tsuyoshi get a phone call.
Excuse me.
Okay,
You put down
Kitaro
your
is not shocked, but the fact that Tsuyoshi did is going to be a shock later.
oh, sorry,
Yes,
Tsuyoshi, did you put down a real phone number?
Absolutely not.
You do not get a call. They
I think maybe would I have a burner? I'm not sure.
I don't think you like cell phones are expensive. I don't think you would probably have a burner unless you specifically got one after like all of this happened because you're like I need to like start shadow running.
I do believe burners were discussed, but I don't know if any
Paranoia
decisions
level.
were made there. So yeah.
I mean,
Tsuyoshi
like
has had a consistent paranoia level, so maybe.
uh, go go ahead and make me a wisdom check, just a flat wisdom check.
Anyway, while
Flat
that's going on,
wisdom. Nope, that felt out of dice tray, but it was a 15.
Sure, we'll go ahead and say you have a burner. Did you put that? I'm assuming you put that down for your contact information.
Yeah.
All right, so you also get a phone call. And both of you.
Moshi Moshi.
Hello. Yes, is this Mr. Saito? Or no. Sorry, not Mr. Saito. What was the fake name?
Hifumi Tanaka.
Is this Mr. Tanaka?
Yes.
Yes, we were. This is Gakto from Mirai Software Solutions. Listen.
Oh, Mr. Gakto, I'm so sorry. I'm so embarrassed. Oh man.
Oh, hey.
I'm so sorry about
Listen.
yesterday.
Listen. Why are you talking like this? Like this is out of character. What the fuck is going on?
I'm putting on a voice
This is.
so that he doesn't recognize me.
Give me 1 second. Okay. Uh, he's like, well, listen, I understand. Sometimes the pressure gets to all of us, and we just needed to. It was one of those situations where we just needed to remove you from the process just to keep the things going. We were actually very impressed by both your resume and your scores, and we're not. He there's a pause. We're used to a little bit of like aberrant personalities here at Mirai. I obviously, if we have any HR concerns, we'd still based on your performance, we would still be interested in you in offering you a position.
Oh yes, of course.
Okay, and then he basically, he's like, "Great, that's great news." And then he kind of like gives you like that same information, like that same time, same place as what Christopher got. Kitaro, you also get a call.
I would miss it if the
Hello,
world
sorry. What was that, Tsuyoshi?
I would miss it even if the world ended.
Well, we appreciate that sort of enthusiasm. We looking forward to seeing you there. And then he hangs up.
Please be excited.
Did you Kitaro, I'm assuming you put down your real name?
This is a thing Kitaro is gonna have regretted, but yeah, I gave them my real name along with the actual contact.
Okay,
when
gotcha. Excuse
when
me,
I
I was
Mr.
on my
thought
way
you
out.
said at the beginning that you were doing like a fake.
I gave them an alias first, like not like now that cover is blown, I would have to have said that was a nickname or something. So
He
What
gives
was
you a
it
call,
called?
and what was your fake name?
Yuzu, let's say that.
Yuzu. God damn it! Excuse me, Mr. Yuzu.
Yep, that's me.
Uh, uh, yes, I'm sorry to catch you. Once again, I'm very sorry for any difficulties that you might have experienced yesterday. Unfortunately, given the disruption to the interview process, we were forced to ask you to leave. However, we were both
Trust me.
we were,
I,
we. Oh, sorry, please.
yeah, yeah. No, trust me. I'm sure that wasn't y'all's responsibility there. Don't worry.
I appreciate there's no hard feelings. We were both very impressed with both your extensive resume and your performance on our
Reference,
exam.
yeah.
And we would be very happy to offer you a position here at Mirai Software Solutions. Are you still interested in the position?
I have a hand. I have fingers on my temples. Like, I can't believe I had to. I put in the extra work for this. But vocally, yeah, sure, of course.
Kitaro, roll me an insight check, really quick.
Sure.
Oh, I didn't have
Uh,
to do that.
that is a 14.
He hasn't. He
Uh,
has only called you by the fake name that you provided.
Okay. Uh, okay,
Like
so
and
I'm
that
I'm I'm
and
I'm
that
working through my head
and
that
that is
yeah, okay,
sticking out. And that's sticking out to you.
yeah, so I'm working with this, and I'm like, okay, is there some way that I can get my further investments out of this before it leads back to me? But also, I'm like, okay, yeah, that sounds fantastic. Are there any details I need to know about?
Yes, we have a. We're going to have a. We call it a retreat.
Yada 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 yada. No.
Yeah, orientation retreat, same place, same time, same place.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay.
And
They're
then
doing phone calls.
yep. Yeah, and so you guys all have somehow, despite your best efforts, secured employment. Um, Go. Actually, you know what? Go ahead.
I
Both
call up.
both both Kitaro and Tsuyoshi roll me an insight check.
For
I,
sure.
okay. After that, I'm gonna call up 83-year-old Sayaka-san in Hokkaido and tell her thank you, good job.
That is a 13, exactly one below.
13.
So that's a
Yes.
7.
Okay.
God, I'm so bad at every.
Actually, Tsuyoshi, I'm going to ask you to roll with advantage.
Oh, okay. It's the exact same roll. It's still a 7.
You know, some days you try your best.
I've been
Um,
so. I'm so fucked up, dude. It's so fucked up.
um, yeah, you guys are just like, no, I'm very lucky. Tsuyoshi, you call up, sorry, what was her name?
I think I said Sayaka.
Sayaka. You call up Sayaka-san, and you thank her for the references and stuff like that. And she's like, "Oh, sweetie, you need to have more confidence in yourself. They didn't even need to call me. Uh,
That's
they haven't talked to me even a bit.
that's a little suspicious.
You must have really impressed them.
That's a little suspicious.
This is why you rolled with advantage."
Oh. Uh, oh
um,
no, they're off to me.
and so all three of you are have this retreat that you guys can go to. Would you like to go ahead and do that this session?
Oh.
Because I am prepared to like kind of go to this orientation setting. But if you guys have like other plans, or if it's like I'm starting to get a little bit tired of this, we can absolutely break here. We will
Well,
if we do continue, we will be taking a break.
Yeah, so
how
I'm leaning towards ending. And then I wanted to discuss maybe what we're doing tomorrow also.
Yeah, sounds good.
yeah. Um also like I feel like a bit like a couple of days will pass between now and then.
Yeah, no, it would have been a couple days.
I there's so much to get to the bottom of and I can't I can't
You
do
can't
it.
roll. You can't roll anything.
Like I know somebody's watching me, but I don't know who or how to find out why.
hmm
Um
Um,
does that can I just ask that feeling of being watched from the beginning of the session, does that continue throughout everyday life or is that in my house?
Once again, go ahead and roll me an investigation check.
Oh, this would be great. I'm actually good at investigation. It's not good enough. That's a 7. Jesus Christ.
You feel that feeling of being watched fade away, like entirely. Like you are no longer like feeling like you are
Uh-huh.
being watched.
Yeah, sure. I'm sure it's gone.
Now, how fucked up would it be if it actually was? Uh,
I'm gonna routinely check that every single day.
it,
See, she's very paranoid right now.
oh, okay. Well. Incredible. In the meantime, that's the session for today. Somehow, despite every single odd, Tsuyoshi, Kitaro, and Christopher have all secured employment. They will be proceeding to an orientation retreat here in the next couple days to kind of like help them get acclimated to their job. Maybe get like a free meal or something like that.
I feel like we could get like earpieces and have some of the others come in with us, like on the outside as surveillance.
I mean, Kitaro, if you want to try to like rig something up in there, I'd be more than willing to like have you make like a I guess a tool proficiency check to like whip something
We shall
together.
see.
But in the meantime, that'll be all for today. Tomorrow we will be going live again with more Detdet and Dragons. Tomorrow we will be doing Ayumu, Michi.
Oh, I'm back. I'm
and
back. What's going on?
Oh, we're just kind of wrapping the session up.
Rapping.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sorry, I had to take care of the dog for a minute.
No, it's all good.
No way I rolled for fun because I was bored just
You
now.
gotta stop. You gotta.
20.
Oh, that's fucked up. That's so fucked up.
Oh,
Wasting your
Liger,
good
every
luck.
die I've rolled for fun today has been a 20.
That's some bullshit.
That's crazy. Anyways, like rolled 3 sevens in time. Rolled 3 sevens. Time to gamble in Vegas. Goddamn. If this was slots, you'd be fucking drowning in it right now.
Just real quick, what happened with the phone calls? Real quick.
Oh, the phone calls
Not
came
much.
through.
We got jobs.
They
Just got
somehow,
jobs. Okay.
yeah,
Gonna
yeah,
be
they
at the
got jobs.
orientation.
They're gonna be at the orientation.
We
both of them
failed insight checks.
Yeah, you both beefed.
I mean,
You guys both beefed insight checks pretty hard.
For the record, I'm already slightly sus, and once I hear that Tsuyoshi somehow got in, I'm going to be extremely sus.
Oh yeah, no, that's fair. Anyways, so like I said, tomorrow we're going to be going live again. It'll be Yumu, Michi, and Kitaro, and they will be dealing with like the Yakuza side of things. They're going to have or Yumu specifically is going to have a very pointed conversation with Motoshige. In the meantime, thank you guys
Yippee.
for coming out, and we will see you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye now.
Bye.
Ayo.
Make sure you check out Struggle Punk 1 and Struggle Punk 3.
Oh yeah.
And
Go
Cyberpunk
ahead.
5.
Yeah, give me 2 seconds. Once again, go ahead and shout out where we can find y'all.
Oh, I was just doing a
almost-
joke, but
I almost forgot. I was meaning to do this.
It's at Limitless Liger on Twitch.tv and
Yeah.
Unlimited Liger on Twitter. I don't really post anything there. I just post going live notifications, and even then, I forgot to do that today.
Incredible. You gonna rate anyone dead? Yeah, I'll rate Mal here in a second.
And Fall Saw Cool too.
Yeah.
That's where I am.
Give me 1 second.
Yippee.
I'm also gonna hit Liger with a shout out real quick.
Oh hell yeah. We're just 17 away
There.
from 200.
there's my
followers.
real channel.
Wow. Please, once again, you can find Hear Me at Hear Me at Mac and Rifle Burns. Fucked up. Don't you
Mackin'?
Isn't it?
Isn't it making?
Making Rifle Burns. Oh,
Okay.
I may have been mentally mispronouncing this the whole time.
Making rifle burns? What?
Bruce.
Your Twitter.
And the stream.
Oh,
All right. Anyways,
yeah,
yeah,
we don't
we're
need my Twitter. Hearing me on Blue Sky.
Oh,
I don't
okay.
use the Twitter.
all right.
But it's
rating-
making rifles bursts.
Oh, making rifles. Goddamn.
Bursts.
I thought it was words.
Bursts. Swag.
All right, we're
Bursts.
rating Mel.
Bursts.
Yeah, Melly's playing Gunpoint. It's a good game. You guys, please enjoy Gunpoint. In the meantime, you guys have a good evening. We will see you later.
True day.
Good night.